In 2017, a Russian mercenary group of 1,500 people run by Vladimir Putin came to the Central African Republic to help with the security of the country. This group is called the Wagner Group. They were first run by an ally of Putin, Yevgeny Prigozhin, who was killed when he started the group. The Wagner Group was supposed to help our country, but it has had the opposite effect and has hurt our country more than it has helped us. Hi, my name is Amani. I'm 12 years old and I'm from the Central African Republic. I live in a place called Beira, a region right near the border of Chad and Sudan. I have 4 older brothers, Ayo, Idris, Tafari, and Kumani. My oldest brothers help my dad run the farm and factory, so I don't see them much, and me and my other brother help my mom around the house. I also go to school at Kolda Elementary, where I'm learning how to read because I want to help educate people so the literacy rate increases from 37.5%. There is much history in the Central African Republic about its fight for freedom and their struggles from imperialism. At first, the French came and were fighting with the Germans and the Belgians for the Central African Republic in 1885. Then they were colonized by the French and were called French Equatorial Africa, also known as the AEF. The French did not support the Central African Republic as much as they could have and invested most of their land to private European companies. In 1946, the French gave everyone in the country French citizenship, and they made a law to have freedom of assembly. So the leader at the time, Boganda, held an assembly to free the country from France. In 1958, they were freed from France, and they became the Central African Republic. Their leader, Boganda, ran till he died in March 1959. I love spending time in the Central African Republic. You might not know this, but the Central African Republic is most well known for its diamond industry. It is one of the biggest diamond industries in the world, but there are also many other natural resources, including uranium, timber, gold, and oil. Now back to me. Me and my family live in a house made out of steel, mud, bendy sticks, and brick, and it has a steel roof. Most Central African Republic houses have around 1 room. Also, most people in the Central African Republic have a specific belief or religion. 34.6% of the people are Roman Catholic, like me. Clothing is very important in the Central African Republic, and if you're not dressed well, you won't be respected. It is important to wear colorful clothing. My favorite thing to do is have picnics, though we don't do this much because we don't have a lot of access to food, and 2.4 million people have food insecurities. We have picnics at the Dazaki Ndoki National Park, where we eat classic African dishes like boulé, starch balls with fish sauces, mabok, smoked fish, fufu, cassava dough, or porridge. When we are there, I love going hiking with my brothers at sunset and seeing all of the animals while listening to popular music like Afrobeat. The Central African Republic is not a fully developed country and faces many problems. For example, the fact that 70% of the people face poverty due to lack of education, violence, and natural disasters, whereas in the U.S. it's only 13%. We also have one of the highest infant mortality rates, at 80.5, and only 13.6 people have access to sanitation. Though all these are problems that need to be solved, I believe the biggest problem is that there are over 1,500 Russian mercenaries in the country right now, trying to protect us, but it's having the opposite effect. Every time I walk out of my house, I see all these people from the Russian Wagner Group. At first, I did not know who they were until I overheard my mom and uncle talking about it. The whole thing makes me feel unsteady, and I believe these people are not helping our country, and if anything, they're just making things worse. They're supposed to protect us and teach the citizens how to make our country more developed and give us better security system. I think we're relying on this group of soldiers too much, and they're just trying to beat America to Africa, and they don't really care about the Central African Republic. This group is also making us lose a lot of our relationships with other countries like the U.S., because they don't want to work with the Russians. I think we should stop relying on the Wagner Group and learn how to protect ourselves as a country, so the crime rate of 87.5 can decrease in the next few years. And though I don't know the exact solution, I've been writing letters to our president to see what he thinks. And though it seems little, it's better than doing nothing. Because I hope one day, when I have children, they can grow up in this country without foreign soldiers everywhere.